There's absolutely no doubt that the best thing in WWE right now is Roman Reigns. While fans and critics alike agree that he's brilliant right now, it wasn't always like this in the pre-pandemic world. I am the Wrestling Guy and welcome to a brand new series here on the channel, The Rise, the series where we have a look back at some of the illustrious careers of various WWE superstars, both in and out of the squared circle. Thank you for joining me for another episode here on the channel, episode 1 of this new series. It's only fitting we start with the bloodline leader. Put your ones in the air for Roman Reigns. Be sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button and turn on the notification bell for weekly wrestling content. Chapter 1. Life Before the Ring. Lady Joseph Anoa'i was born in Pensacola, Florida on the 25th of May 1985. Both his father Sika and his brother Rosie were professional wrestlers, and he became a big member of the Anoa'i wrestling family. His relatives include Rikishi, Umaga, Yokozuna, and cousins once removed Jimmy and Jay Uso and The Rock. Reigns attended Pensacola Catholic High School and Escambia High School before going on to major in management at the Georgia Institute of Technology. Growing up watching wrestling, he often said he considers Bret Hart his wrestling idol. After playing college football for Georgia Tech, Anoa'i started his professional football career with a brief off-season stint with the Minnesota Vikings and Jacksonville Jaguars of the National Football League, the NFL, in 2007. He then played a full season for the Edmonton Eskimos in 2008 before his release and retirement from football. After this, he pursued a career in professional wrestling and was signed by WWE in 2010, reporting to their developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, or also known as FCW. Early career. Roman Reigns made his televised debut on the 19th of August 2010 using the ring name Roman Lackey in a 15-man battle royal which was won by Alex Riley. Later in 2011, Lackey formed a tag team with Donnie Marlowe, and the pair unsuccessfully challenged Calvin Reigns and Big E Langston for the FCW Florida Tag Team Championships. On an episode of FCW, he defeated Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match to become the #1 contender to the FCW Florida Heavyweight Championship. He failed to win the championship when he lost to Kruger the following week. Lackey later won the FCW Florida Tag Team Championships with Mike Dalton, aka Tyler Breeze, and would drop the titles to CJ Parker and Jason Jordan shortly after. After WWE rebranded FCW to NXT in August 2012, Lackey would be given a new ring name, Roman Reigns, and a villainous character gimmick. Chapter 3. The Shield. Roman Reigns made his main roster television debut at Survivor Series pay-per-view event in 2012, alongside Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, assaulting Ryback during the triple threat main event for the WWE Championship, allowing CM Punk to retain the title. The trio declared themselves The Shield and vowed to rally against injustice while also denying working for Punk, even though they would routinely emerge from the crowd to attack Punk's adversaries, including Ryback and the WWE Tag Team Champions Team Hell No. This would lead to a 6-man tag team tables, ladders and chairs match at TLC in 2012, in which Reigns, Ambrose and Rollins defeated Team Hell No and Ryback in their debut match. The Shield continued to aid Punk in January 2013, attacking both Ryback and The Rock. On the January 28th episode of Raw, it was revealed that Punk and his manager Paul Heyman had been paying The Shield and Brad Maddox to work for them. The Shield then indistinctly ended their association with Punk while beginning a feud with John Cena, Ryback and Sheamus that directed to a 6-man tag match on the February 17th at Elimination Chamber, which The Shield won. The Shield then made their WrestleMania debut where they defeated Sheamus, Randy Orton and Big Show at WrestleMania 29. The following night on Raw, The Shield attempted to attack The Undertaker, but they were stopped by Team Hell No. This set up a 6-man tag match on the 22nd of April episode of Raw, which The Shield won. On the 13th of May's episode of Raw, The Shield's undefeated streak in televised 6-man tag team matches ended in a disqualification loss in an elimination tag team match against Cena, Kane and Bryan. On the 19th of May at Extreme Rules, Reigns and Rollins defeated Team Hell No in a tornado tag match to win the WWE Tag Team Championships. Further successful title defences followed against the Usos at Money in the Bank and the Primetime Players at Night of Champions. At the Royal Rumble in 2014, Reigns entered the Royal Rumble match at number 15 and went on to eliminate 12 competitors in the match, a record that was later broken by Braun Strowman in 2018. Reigns would be the runner-up in the match after being lastly eliminated by Batista. On the Raw following Payback, after the Shield defeated Evolution at the Payback event the night before, Rollins turned on the Shield and aligned himself with Triple H and the Authority. Chapter 4. Rise to the main event. Following Rollins' betrayal, Reigns would briefly continue teaming with Ambrose before embarking on a singles run and being quickly placed into world title contention. After winning a Battle Royal, Reigns was inserted into a ladder match for the vacant WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank, however the match was won by John Cena. His second consecutive pay-per-view main event was at Battleground in July, where Reigns again challenged for the title, this time in a fatal four-way match involving Cena, Kane and Randy Orton, which Cena won again. The next month a singles match was set up between Reigns and Rollins for Night of Champions, but Reigns developed a legitimate incarcerated hernia which required surgery prior to the event. Reigns entered the 2015 Royal Rumble match, which he won after lastly eliminating Rusev, therefore granting him a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania 31. After his victory, Reigns was booed heavily by the crowd despite portraying a heroic character. At WrestleMania 31, Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract while Reigns' main event match with Brock Lesnar was in progress, turning it into a triple threat match, which Reigns lost when he was pinned by Rollins. Chapter 5. WWE World Heavyweight Championship. On the October 26th episode of Raw, Reigns defeated Alberto Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens in a fatal four-way to become the number one contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. However, champion Seth Rollins legitimately injured his knee and vacated the title the following day, which led to a tournament to crown a new champion. Reigns defeated The Big Show in the first round, Cesaro in the quarterfinals, Alberto Del Rio in the semi-finals, and Dean Ambrose in the finals at Survivor Series on November 22nd to win the World Heavyweight Championship for the first time. Immediately afterwards, Sheamus cashed in the Money in the Bank contract and defeated Reigns, thus ending Reigns' reign as champion after only 5 minutes. Reigns was forced by Vince McMahon to defend his championship in the 2016 Royal Rumble match. In the match, Reigns was eliminated by the eventual winner Triple H, thus losing the championship. At Fastlane, Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose in a triple threat match to receive a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match against Triple H at WrestleMania 32. This is where he would defeat Triple H in the main event to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion for the third time. Chapter 6. Universal Championship. At Fastlane on March 5th, Reigns defeated Strowman, giving Strowman his first pinfall loss on the main roster. The following night on Raw, Reigns was chokeslammed by The Undertaker after they both joined forces to attack Strowman. This led to a no-holds-barred match between Reigns and Undertaker at WrestleMania 33, which Reigns won in his third consecutive WrestleMania main event. The next night on Raw, Reigns opened the show to 10 minutes of severe boos and chants from the crowd, attempting to stop him from speaking, before simply stating, "This is my yard now," and leaving the ring. After defeating Bray Wyatt on the February 5th episode of Raw, Reigns qualified for the Elimination Chamber match, which he won, earning the right to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 34. At WrestleMania, Reigns failed to win the championship from Lesnar, but they had a rematch for the championship at the Greatest Royal Rumble, this time in a steel cage match, which Reigns narrowly lost after spearing Lesnar through the cage wall. At SummerSlam, Reigns defeated Lesnar and won the Universal Championship for the first time in his career. A triple threat match between Reigns, Strowman and Lesnar for the Universal Championship was scheduled for the Crown Jewel event. However, on October 22nd, Reigns relinquished the title and announced his hiatus on Raw. Chapter 7. Return from Leukemia. On the 25th of February 2019, Reigns made his return to Raw, revealing that his leukemia was once again in remission, to a huge ovation from the crowd. On the 25th of March's episode of Raw, Reigns accepted a challenge from Drew McIntyre for a match at WrestleMania 35. At the event, Reigns was successful in defeating Drew. During the 2019 WWE Superstar Shakeup, Reigns was drafted to the SmackDown brand. On the April 16th episode of SmackDown, the WWE's announcers describing Reigns as SmackDown's greatest ever acquisition, as well as the future of SmackDown and WWE. Roman Reigns challenged Goldberg for the Universal Championship, leading to a match between the two being set up for WrestleMania 36. However, on April 3rd, it was announced that Braun Strowman would replace Reigns at the event after Reigns pulled out of the event amid concerns surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic and him being immunocompromised from his leukemia. Following WrestleMania, Reigns continued to remain absent from WWE programming in the midst of the pandemic. Chapter 8: The Tribal Chief. Reigns returned at SummerSlam 2020, attacking the new Universal Champion, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, and Braun Strowman after their match for the title. On the following SmackDown, Reigns aligned himself with his new manager Paul Heyman, turning heel for the first time since 2014. At Payback on August 30th, Reigns defeated defending champion The Fiend and Strowman in a no-holds-barred triple threat match to win the Universal Championship for the second time. Reigns then began a rivalry with his cousin Jey Uso in his first championship defense at Clash of Champions. Reigns retained the title against Jey Uso by technical knockout after Reigns viciously beat down Jey and Jimmy Uso threw in the towel. After this, Reigns granted Jey a rematch at the Hell in a Cell event, and the match was later confirmed as a Hell in a Cell match, with the added stipulation of being an I Quit match. Reigns made Jey quit after attacking the injured Jimmy, thus retaining his title. Due to the loss, Jey was ordered to follow Reigns' commands and address him as the Tribal Chief, thus turning him into a villainous character. Reigns successfully defended the title against Kevin Owens at the TLC pay-per-view in 2020, and then a steel cage match at the December 25th episode of SmackDown. Reigns retained his title against Daniel Bryan at Elimination Chamber on February 21st and Fastlane on March 21st. At this time, Reigns would also feud with Edge, who had won the Royal Rumble match in 2021. In the main event of the second night of WrestleMania 37, Reigns defeated Bryan and Edge in a triple threat match to retain the Universal Championship after assistance from Jey Uso. Cena would challenge Reigns for a title match at SummerSlam, and after initially rejecting Cena's challenge, a match was made official for the two at the event. At the event, Reigns defeated Cena to retain the title. Immediately after the match, Reigns would be confronted by a returning Brock Lesnar. On the second night of WrestleMania 38, he defeated Brock Lesnar to win the WWE Championship for a fourth time, and also become the first superstar to hold both the WWE and Universal Championships simultaneously, and be recognised as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. At Clash at the Castle on September 3rd, Reigns successfully retained the titles against Drew McIntyre following interference from the debuting Solo Sikoa. At Crown Jewel on November 5th, Reigns successfully retained the titles against Logan Paul. 3 weeks later on Survivor Series War Games, Reigns, along with the Bloodline, defeated Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens and the Brawling Brutes in a War Games match. On the 18th of January 2023, the Universal Championship reign of the Tribal Chief reached 871 days, breaking Gunther's NXT UK Championship reign of 870 days, giving him the longest reign of any WWE champion since 1988. The head of the table was more than just a nice sounding nickname. Roman Reigns' spot at the top of the podium in WWE right now can't be debated or disputed. In this decade-long reign on the main roster, Roman Reigns has done it all. He's a Grand Slam champion, Royal Rumble winner, and a multi-Slammy Award winner. It is difficult to determine where Reigns ranks among the greatest ever until he calls it a career, but he has to be included in that conversation considering everything he's achieved already. Just in the period where he's been the head of the table makes him the superstar of the era of wrestling. If you have enjoyed this Rise video and you would like to see more videos like this here on the channel, make sure you're subscribing and turning on the notification bell. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.